So welcome to today's class. This was the exercise that you were given. That's from the previous lesson. So let's solve it together before we move to the next class. You're asked to solve for the value of x from this expression. Now, remember the time we were dealing with decimals, I told you that when you are given a decimal number, you can change it to a fraction. And how do you change your decimal numbers? So I have 0.25. I want to change it to a fraction. And for the matured, it simply means multiply what you have by 100. I'm multiplying by 100 because looking at the decimal places, we have only two decimal places. That's two decimal points, right? That's why I'm multiplying. Then when you multiply by 100, it is saying move this zero, this point forward 2 times. So you end up with 25. And in the denominator, you have your 100. So 0.25 can be written as 25 over 100. I hope this is clear. So let's move to, remember this is raised to the power of 2x plus 2. Now that we're done with this, let's look at the left-hand side. The left-hand side, let's maintain it as 256. We are coming to that. Now, if you look at 25 and 100, there is a relationship between 25 and 100. So let's reduce this down. We know that any number ending with 5 is divisible by 5. And any number ending with 0 is divisible by 5. So if you divide 25 by 5, you can also divide 100 by 5. So 25 divided by 5 will give you 5, and 100 divided by 5 will give you 20. And if you look at the new number we have again, you will see that we are still left with a number with 5 and a number that is ending with 0, which means 5 can still go into that expression. So 5 will go into 5 one time, and 5 will go into 20 4 times. So the simplest or the reduced form of 25 over 100 is 1 over 4. 1 over 4. And remember our power is 2x plus 2. Now let's look at the left-hand side, or rather the right-hand side. We have 256. Now let us write 256 in index form. So how can we break 256 down? I know that 256 is 4 raised to the power of 4. So now let me show you how to get that in case you don't know how to do it. Pick the number that you are given. Now in the last lesson, I told you that anytime you are breaking down a number into factors, look at the first 9 numbers, that is from the first 8 numbers from 2 to 9. Now for 2, any number that ends with either 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8, that number can be divided by 2. In this case, it is ending with 6. It means 2 can go into this number. Now, remember our divisibility distribution I taught you. Take it apart. 2 divided by 2 will give you 1. 5 divided by 2 will give you 2 times. There will be a remainder of 1. Add it and making 16. And 2 will go into 16 8 times. Again, look at the new number. Is it ending with any of these elements? Yes, meaning you should continue with 2. So 2 cannot go into 1. It means it cannot replace it with 0. So take it as 12. 2 will go into 12 how many times? 6 times. And it will go into 8 4 times. Now, it is still ending with the even element. That's why we are dividing. You can disregard the 0 at this point and look at 6. 2 will go into 6 3 times. And it will go into 4 2 times. Is it ending with a number that is divisible by 2 again? Yes, pick it. So 2 will go into 3 one time. There's a remainder of 1. Put it here, making 12. But it's actually a remainder of 10. So 10 plus 2 will give you 12. So 2 will go into 12 6 times. We'll continue with this until we get 1. So 2 will go into 16 8 times. 2 will go into 8 4 times. And 2 will go into 4 how many times? 2 times. So I'm sorry, I'm rushing because I really don't want the video to be long. So 2 will now go into 2 one time. Now that we have gotten our 2 down, our figure down to 1, we have to multiply this. But I don't want to do that. First, count and be sure to know if the grouping is in even or odd form. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So try grouping it by 2. 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 2 times 2 will give you 4. This one too will give you 4. This one too will give you 4. and this one too will give you 4. So the number 256 can actually be written as 2 raised to the power of 8, or you can write it as 4 raised to the power of 4, or you can even write it as 16 raised to the power of 2. Now, the decision on which to go with depends on what you are looking at. Now, let's go back to the left-hand side. If you look at the left-hand side, 1 over 4 can be written as 4 raised to the power of minus 1. Then, our initial exponent, which was 2x plus 2, will remain. Now, the left-hand side is already telling me that go back to the expansion, look for that expression that is having a base of 4. That is why we picked 4 raised to the power of 4 as our expressed index. I hope this is well explained. So let's move on and simplify what we have. Just a minute, let me clean this off. So while I'm cleaning, take a look at the solution. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat so that I will address the concern immediately. So let's move on to what we have done, right? Now, with what we have done, if you have, remember the laws of indices I taught you, if you have a to the power of m inside and you have n outside, this can easily be written as a raised to the power of m times n. It therefore means that we can multiply our minus 1 to what we have outside. So we have 4 raised to the power of minus 1 times what is there. So we are going to open the bracket now. Minus 1 times 2x will give you minus 2x. And minus 1 times 2 will give you minus 2. So when we have this, remember the right-hand side, we have 4 raised to the power of 4. Please, if you have any question, ask at this point. Then I already told you that when the bases are the same, you cancel and equate. You will cancel the bases and equate the powers. So since we have 4 this side and we have 4 the other side, we'll remove the 4. It therefore means that our numerator, our exponent on the left-hand side is equal to our exponent on the right-hand side. So you are at liberty to factor out the 2. So if you factor out this 2, you'll be left with x here, and you'll be left with plus 1 here. And this will be equal to 4. Or at that level, you can move minus 2 to go and make 4. So go ahead and divide both sides by minus 2 and divide this side too by minus 2. So this will cancel out, leaving us with only x. Remember, it will cancel everything plus the negative sign. So we are going to be left with x. There's 1 here, sorry. We are going to be left with x plus 1. Now let's take a look at what we have on the right-hand side. Because of the presence of this minus, the value on the right-hand side will become negative. Now 4 divided by 2 will give you 2. Move this to the other side. To go to the other side, a positive number crossing the equality sign will change to minus. Sorry, I don't want to clean anything. So we have minus 2 and minus 1 is added to it. We are going to be left with negative will be negative, then add the values. That will give you 3. It therefore means that the value of x in this case is negative 3. Most of you got 3, but majority of you answered positive 3 as your answer, and that was why you failed. So take a look at this, make the corrections, and get ready for today's class. I hope this was well explained. Thank you.